Hello and welcome to Brand X Reviews. This one I'm going to be continuing the series of videos looking at the vintage Star Wars Kenner toys from the 70s and 80s. Now this one I'm going to be looking at the speeder bike. Now I don't have this one in brilliant condition, but I can show you one of the newer ones, which is pretty much, well, it was made of the same parts, just kind of repainted and redone. So this is the original one anyway, and what's missing off this, and I probably could cannibalise the new one and put this on here, but I guess that would be cheating a little bit. It's missing these parts here, so if we just kind of imagine that this has got these on it. Now you can see the figures back then weren't quite as imaginatively done. The arms were kind of straight, whereas the newer figures were kind of shaped slightly better with points of articulation, like in the knees, for example. These old figures didn't have this. Now, as it says in this book that I've got, basically the vehicle is the same as the newly reissued version except for its decoration. A T-bar, the T-bar is, I'll show you here, this is the T-bar here. The T-bar was incorporated to hold action figures on the seat. That seems unnecessary in the new line, but it was left on the design of the new ones. As you can see here, there's kind of, I don't know if you can actually see it, it's kind of in shadow. There is a T-bar sort of tucked in there, but it serves no purpose for these, but it was very necessary on these old ones because it had to hold them in place. Whereas this one's kind of moulded and shaped to actually sit on the thing properly and grip hold of the steering sticks there, I guess you'd call them that. But it's the same thing anyway, it's the exact same parts, it's just this one was a slightly brighter colour and this one was a darker one, slightly decorated differently. So that's how the figure came. It's pretty better if I take that off actually, but I don't think the figure actually came with it, I think that was sold separately. But it had a gun underneath as well, which is something that survived the reissue as well. You can see here, that was the same thing there. Actually no, there is something else missing, it's not just these parts. There's bits on the back missing. I'll show you the newer one. This was the sort of early to mid 90s reissue one here. This is the older one, so I'm kind of missing these parts here. It's just kind of basic on there, but they just kind of, you'd have these notches and they kind of interact with the the pedals, I guess you call them that. You can see just the work that went into it, kind of thing. I was just kind of focusing on that. Lucasfilm Limited 1983. So that's that. Now this actually had a feature, and it has it here as well as a button, similar to what we had on the radar laser cannon that explodes and you press a button. It has this here, and it breaks into 3 different parts. You press that and it explodes. And because of that, you would have kids with lots of like spare parts, and your bits went missing. I've got another one here with that front on it as well. So that's basically how it is. But I think the new one it wasn't better done. I mean, it was the same thing, but the figures were better in the way that they were kind of posed. Well, you can't beat the original like vintage ones. They're absolutely like classic. I mean, you could say these are better because it's got actual clothing, but we'll save that for a different review anyway. These pedals, you can kind of open these on the back like that. I don't know what kind of purpose that serves, but you can kind of move them up and down. But again, it kind of, the newer figures looked like they were kind of sat more comfortably on them. So, but that's pretty much it anyway. I can show you the packaging, I guess, on this book that I've got here. It shows, there you go, there's a scout trooper guy there. I know also that these were released as part of a set, if I can just find the information on that. Here we go, the Endor Chase playset came with 2 biker scouts, 1 speeder bike, Princess Leia and Wicket the Ewok. So there you've got kind of a picture there of what you got there. These were all part of a lot of different kind of figures that they did for this series. So obviously it was Return of the Jedi toy. And here's a look at the old brochure as well. There you go, you can kind of see this is part of the Endor Chase playset. Like I say, you got all these figures with it as well. So I think I'll leave it there anyway, not really much else to say about this. As I say, I'm doing more videos on these Star Wars toys, the vintage toys. So if you check back at brandxreviews.com, there will be plenty more. Thank you very much for watching.